You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Project Runway. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Project Runway news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Project Runway.
Do we have any tunes? We always have tunes?
Yeah.
You are not playing Rihanna on my show.
Oh, girl.
You are not.
I think he is. Gotcha.
Scared ya.
Happy
And I'll
Halloween.
let you, happy Halloween. I'll let you know why I had that little title in there for the special
Happy
segment.
Early Halloween. Yeah, okay, I can fill you on the special segment, but we're not there yet. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Project Runway, AfterBuzz Television. We are on episode 12 in season 9, and I have beautiful, lovely co-hosts with me today. To my left is Mrs. Carolyn England, who has been here for a while.
Miss England.
Across the table, we have got the supermodel extraordinaire, Jackie Miron.
Oh, welcome,
you.
Jackie.
And sitting beside Jackie, we have the always real Miss Christina Brady.
Real and really here.
Really here. So thank you for joining us. All of those out in, I was going to say TV land, but oops, we're not on TV. We're in computer land because that's a new place.
New media.
Up in here. New
Paperless.
media. Exactly. And as you can see, I have him posted in front of my microphone.
A very special guest.
A very special guest.
I wish.
And
I thought I was the special guest. But
well, Jackie, you are a superstar special guest, but in addition to your fabulosity, we have been joined by another special guest who is a blonde, not unlike you.
I see you.
A diva, not unlike you. And she is working it this month in InStyle magazine with diva Gwen Stefani, who we've already saluted a couple weeks ago. But I had to pull out Miss Piggy because I personally love Miss Piggy, and I know this has absolutely nothing to do with almost anything, as usual, but I always have one of those little moments in the show. So this is my moment. Everybody absorb.
Repping the Muppets.
I love Miss Piggy, and I cannot wait
Jim
for the
Henderson.
Muppets movie, okay?
I know. Thanksgiving.
I'm excited.
Joking right now? There's another one?
Yes.
What do you mean, are you
Gosh.
joking? Wait, are you hating?
No, not at all. But another one?
Where
It's
have you
Miss
been?
Piggy,
How
girl.
many
She's on a
sequels can we
press tour.
take?
This should be going on for the rest of our lives.
Those
As long as
hooves.
eternity exists,
Those
there is
hooves are hanging
nothing
over.
more fabulous. Look at this, okay? Could you wear the fringe and a veil?
Make it
Could you wear the
work.
fringe and a veil?
Make it work.
Anywho, so Miss Piggy's gonna rest here for a little while.
Trying to make that dress
We're
move.
just leave it right there. So every week we kind of try to have a theme to our show, and this theme this week I was marinating on fantasies and fashion fantasies because obviously this episode is the first half of the finale, and the whole point of getting to the finale is so that all these amazing fantastical dreams that these designers have in their heads, they can finally put in a full-on collection and show to the world.
How many can play it safe and go with what they're good at?
Exactly. And how many designers' dreams really came true this episode?
Okay, we're going to get
Just
there.
asking.
But first, we're going to talk about our fantasies.
Yay.
So I gave you guys a little bit of homework, and it is to discuss your fashion fantasy. It didn't have to specifically be a fantasy, but it could be a muse or something that you see or someone that you see or some style that you see that's maybe quite a bit outside yourself or maybe a little bit outside yourself that you were looking at and you're like, dang, if I could pull that off, I would rock that. Carolyn, you're up first.
So when Courtney first gave me this assignment, I wrote her back and said, I will only come if tomorrow's show is scripted. Because
Nice. Unfortunately.
that's ridiculous. You tell me who, and then we'll just go from
I
there.
mean, didn't I give you a good explanation as to where it came from and where the
It was
idea
a
came
toughie.
from? It is a toughie.
Oh, I
Definite
came up with it
toughie.
in like 5 seconds.
Well,
See, there she's showing
Sorry,
off.
ladies.
Okay, so what did you get, Caroline?
So I came up with Gwen Stefani. I did not know she was on the cover of In Style, so it's perfect because we have a picture of her there. And I picked her because I remember watching, MTV plays videos like after midnight. And I remember seeing
Like the part where they
really?
actually
Like
play the music video. Yeah.
Well, okay.
It's after like
That's unheard
it's
of.
after
MTV
like
hits, is it?
4:30, 5 a.m.
Well, I
actually.
do love MTV hits, but I remember seeing the "I'm Just a Girl" video and thinking she was so awesome.
She was so
and
no
tough
doubt.
and like cool, but I could never pull off like suspenders and a wife beater and pants. And then she had the whole Harajuku thing with the real fitted,
Like modernized.
yeah, I
Japanese
just thought it was so
influence.
cool. And when I went to Harajuku District, I guess it's called, in Tokyo, I mean, I would never have I didn't pick out anything there. I mean, it's not my style. I don't see it. I don't get inspired by it. But she rocks it. And so that would be my fantasy.
All right. Well, let's skip over to the table to Miss Jockey.
I like that one. I actually came up with this literally. You asked me tonight.
Yes.
I was new to the fantasy game.
Yes.
And like that, I thought of SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker, in Sex and the City, though, as Carrie Bradshaw. Because I worked with Patricia Field, who's the stylist on that show. And she styled me for a fashion show in New York City, Fashion Week. And I was like, this woman is crazy. I would never walk out the door in what she styles me as for shows, but like that Carrie Bradshaw, that dream closet as it grew with the seasons and then the movies. I mean, any girl would dream of that dream closet that Mr. Big built for her. Come on.
great.
Yes.
So
That they could
mine, and I worked with Sarah Jessica Parker on Project Runway.
Yes.
And she was the nicest person in the universe.
That's awesome to
So
hear.
it all comes together, doesn't it? I want the
Perfect.
Carrie Bradshaw closet, and I love SJP as a person. So that's
a
my fantasy.
fantastic one. I love it. All right, Miss Christina, what you got?
Okay, when you gave me the homework, I definitely had to like text immediately and respond like,
she
"Oh my
responded
gosh,
immediately.
how am I going to do this?" Because you've seen what I wear.
Christina
Sometimes
can be
it's
kind of wild, so
it's
she can go run the
completely
gamut.
opposite sides of the spectrum. I can do several layers and baggy. I could do menswear or women's wear, and then I could do barely anything.
Yes,
with some
we've seen that.
like 12-inch glitter stacks. So I think
she has run it.
that if I could pick anybody that I want to wear their fashions, I actually I narrowed it down to two. I narrowed it down to two. I picked Mad Fashion's Chris from previous Project Runway.
Wow.
Because of that, he was doing a dress for Ruthie Davis. She does a lot of tight, like really crazy, bold, beautiful shoes. And what he did was this black leather studded everywhere. He put her studded heels in the shoulder pads. It was so
wow.
sick.
Oh, wow.
But more so than I think I would pick Lady Gaga because I would wear anything she wears. And I love how she, I mean,
totally see that.
Totally,
Right?
me too.
like many.
Even the meat dress.
Would you wear the
I
meat
probably
dress?
wouldn't do the meat dress, but when it comes to her like fairy tale, avant-garde, loud and proud, bold looks, I would wear anything. Anything. And I feel like she really made it okay to, just do you and be okay with that.
You're born this way.
That's right, baby.
the way that it
Believe
is.
that.
That's the way that it
So that's who I
is.
picked. Who'd you pick, Courtney?
Well, first, I know I didn't give this homework to Jesse because I forgot to email him. Is there anybody that comes to mind for you, Jesse? Because we never want to leave you out.
Thanks, Boo. I would pick. It's kind of really unfair because I'm so short. So with
It's a fantasy.
Baby, we'll give you some
adorable.
stacks of stilettos.
So with the
Boom.
fantasy added in there, I would want to be a little taller, and I would want to pull off David Beckham because he can go.
Honey.
Because
We would like that.
We like that.
I'm a t-shirt guy.
I
because my
like
thing
that.
is because I'm so short, it's hard for me to wear like suits and stuff. I feel I look funny in them. So
Oh, you'd be so
I disagree.
dapper.
I
thank
disagree.
you, Boo.
Stop.
But so David Beckham for me can go wear underwear. It looks amazing. Can wear-
Okay, that's
can
what
wear
I'm
a
saying.
t-shirt, looks
Yeah.
amazing. And then he has such, I don't know if Posh is dressing him, but like he has such style when he wears his
Naturally.
suits. It's just so sleek and cut.
Like, come in your best dress, come in nothing. We don't care.
Trying to channel his haircut right now.
Yes.
So
I know you.
It's so like
love
rough
you.
and.
I
need
thought
that.
David Beckham when I saw your hair tonight. I will say that.
Stop it, Jackie.
I did.
Look at that. Giving him the honey. That's so sweet.
So
I
Courtney,
know how to suck up to DJ Jamie. I was.
Bring those
No, I'm
beats.
serious though. I'm serious.
Yes,
about that.
of course.
What you got, Courtney?
Well,
Miss
okay,
Piggy?
mine was really hard. Don't
Miss
hey, Miss
Piggy,
Piggy,
who
I
said
love
that?
her. Hold on. This dress. This
Pet the
dress,
flapper
oh,
dress.
yes.
Pet it out.
But sat funny, like Miss Piggy was sort of in the mix. I really had a hard time too trying to figure it out because for me it's a lot of like pieces of a few different things. So what I decided on and settled on was a sort of vampy Jessica Rabbit meets Diana Ross. So
Burn, baby, burn.
Wow.
and like it's funny because I
Doesn't Jessica Rabbit just have that one dress?
well, that's it's sort of that
She's
idea.
got a few.
But see, that's
She
why
might
I
have
got
a few of the
inspired.
same.
I forgot to. I didn't have time to email this to you, Jesse, because I just
Well,
like
you
saw
really
it.
are on top of it.
Well, I just saw it. Like you don't understand. It all came to me. Like
Don't put the
you don't
pressure on
like,
her.
I get the magazines, and I told you the magazines always throw me because I like get
Yeah.
the magazines, and I'm always like trying to formulate what my thing. I did my homework early for this show this week. I was done on Tuesday.
Well,
And so I was figuring out homework like at the like I couldn't really pull together what I wanted until like last night when I literally emailed you guys and that's what I wanted. But I was looking at the Intermix holiday lookbook and you can't really see this probably on camera, but like
If you
it's
put
sort
it
of
to
like
that camera beside you.
it's like hold on, let me turn it this way. It's like the new age Jessica Rabbit. She's got like a white tuxedo jacket and this like super low black sequiny jumper.
ooh,
like
that's hot.
Reminds me like Lauren Bacall.
Yes, like so
early
it's still
Hollywood.
early Hollywood, but it's still like, and I would need like long, big hair. Like I think Diana Ross, circa 1976.
Like Dream Girl.
Past Dream Girls, like not as a Supreme, but like when she was on her own and she was in slinky dresses and lots of like glittery,
Like the
sequiny-
little Kim boob grab, how her hair was there.
almost, but a little bit flatter. Because most people, like, I mean, obviously my hair's short right now, but most people are used to like fro hair for me, so I would probably slick it a little bit more.
Ooh.
And yeah, so that's in
it.
my brain, and I feel like I'm never like super sexy because I just don't. I'm like I'm a goof in my brain, so I'm like I'm not gonna put my boobies out. Like I don't really.
I think you're super classy,
I like
Corey.
don't, and then like even short dresses, like I'm like, oh, let me get a little more length because I feel like I'm long leg and I'm a thick girl. Like I need to like not.
No.
No, like I mean, just like you don't
Are
want
we
all
still
the
doing the
doggy
fat
out,
burger
You know what I'm
after this?
saying? Yes. Fat burger might have to happen tonight. Sorry, God. But nonetheless, that's who I would be. I would like oversex it and be like super sparkly. Like I'm not usually that person that wants to wear stuff that people like. Oh my God! Like you see that person walk in the room.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like I want to look nice, but I want to just kind of go with my flow. And I
Classy,
think
leave a little
I would like
bit to
blow
the
it out this
match.
time and be like super. I'd be wearing like that as a dress, like the freaking.
Baby, you are a bombshell.
I'm
We
saying,
will
like, some
wrap you up in
beads.
those.
some
Halloween
beads
is
and
next,
some sequins.
next week.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up, Miss
Oh,
Carolyn, because as we had
happiest time
discussed
of year.
before, we're going to announce right now. The whole point of the finale episode, we were going to sort of put together our alter ego looks for the
Yeah.
finale episode. And I've decided that you should be putting together your alter ego look also based on your fashion fantasy. So that will be next week. It will be 2 days before Halloween.
Oh.
And that's what we're doing.
My God, so good.
Such a shame I'm going to be in Denver.
Oh,
I've
you're
already got it
kidding, aren't
planned.
you? Are
That's
you
okay.
serious?
We accept emails with
We
lots
do
of pictures.
accept email
Skype?
pictures.
I will be
I was
Skyping.
expecting Jackie to Skype in her awesome outfit. It might be 1 a.m. in New York, but we will make it
Even
happen.
better.
She
Even
knows
more
how to do
fitting.
it. Carrie Bradshaw hangs out all times of night,
That's
so we
right.
will be good. But that is our fashion fantasy for now. So let's jump into the fantasies of these runway contestants. that-
Fell flat.
In all honesty, I don't think any of them had a real
Tragic.
fantasy for their final collection, and I was kind
Except
of
for-
disappointed.
I think
Maybe
Victor.
flirted with the push line.
I-
Maybe.
No, I think he delivered. I think
delivered
Victor
good.
was good.
I think he delivered a cohesive, beautiful line. I just feel like he didn't reach for what's happening next season.
It
Well,
wasn't innovative. It wasn't much different than what he's been doing, right?
Yes.
uh,
But what he's doing is
It's great.
awesome. He's my favorite.
What he's doing is awesome. But let's kind of start with the episode. Usually we start with the workroom. So this week, the workroom was their hometowns.
Steve walking up on Maryland.
Tim Gunn made his way to... First, Tim Gunn made his way to... God, I want to meet you, Tim Gunn. I want to be your best friend. I want to meet you. Anyway, so he made his way to Maryland.
I can arrange that.
Yes, Jackie. And I will be in New York, hopefully, in early December. So make that happen. Anyway. So
He's so cute.
He's adorable. I think he's amazing.
Tim is just so cute.
I will say that you've met him because what I said to you when we were watching the show is he is always in this character.
Guy.
So if that's really him, then he's very true to himself because I've never seen him any other way than this.
I love it.
On set, off set, he's Tim Gunn.
He looks like the guy that irons his underwear. I love it.
Oh my god.
Aw, he likes the creases.
He does. He wants to like perfectly press.
In a matching tie.
And you know he has
matching
like
bow.
his cute little PJs that are like
suspenders on the PJs.
Cute. He probably sleeps like
in a blazer.
Yeah.
Pajama blazer.
Now see the AfterBuzz B says, get back on subject.
Buzz the AfterBuzz B. This is on subject. Tim Gunn is on our show, and don't play with me with your little sound effects, okay?
Oh my God, no. Jesse, did you just auto-tune your voice and say that to us? Like,
what?
Yes, I sure did, kid.
That was good, actually.
But that sounded exactly like it. Actually.
Oh my God. Tim Gunn shows up in Maryland at Kimberly's house. Nice little house. She's got her little setup in the basement. She's got a nice little showroom. She's inspired by the Brooklyn girl from back in the day. I'm guessing circa 1980s, late 80s, early 90s.
There you go.
As it appears before gentrification. I love that caveat.
Yes, that was
It was another world back then. And she was saying that she felt like she was the Brooklyn girl that was elevated. She wants that girl to be her. That's her focus and her shopper. And she also went into a discussion about how her mom died at 17 and all she had was her sister. And then she had her two best friends that were there and they all got to meet Tim and all of that and whatnot. And she's inspired to be the first African-American designer to win Project Runway and like show that black girls can do fashion too.
she wants to Barack this competition.
Oh my God, that was so awful. It's so
She
great.
does. Why? It's true.
It's true,
I'm
girl,
a
it's
supporter.
true.
I love Barack.
Some people do. I like Herman Cain right now. He's Uncle Ruckus for me.
What? No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Isn't he? Tell me he's not.
Uncle
I think
Ruckus?
now is when we need
Now
that
we need the
soundbite.
because we're talking about something else. Anyhow.
I think Jesse fell off his chair. That's why we didn't get buzzed.
Anywho, I thought that was a cool inspiration. Like, I feel like she has a focus. And what she showed Tim, she had something to show, which was nice.
Yes.
And I felt like she was sort of going in that direction, going in it well, and it was very bright. It made me think very New York, late 80s, 90s, graffiti, sort of printed, lots of bright colors. It made me think of, like, back in the day when we used to take our jeans. I don't know if you guys spray painted your jeans or, like, did
Still
the
do.
big... I love it, Christina. Nonetheless, I felt like her focus was, she had a focus, it was good, and it was reflected in what she showed Tim Gunn, which was nice.
It was I
have to say for her, when I was at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, I had a sneak peek at the collections. And so I wasn't brushed up on my episodes.
Yes.
And for her, I'm going to defend her now, being that when I saw her inspiration, it made sense to me. When some other people, you can tell, and we'll get to them, I don't think they know what their inspiration is yet. I think they're grasping for straws. I don't think they have that sense of self yet. Seeing her and her true, she really does stay true to her inspiration. And I can walk down the street in Dumbo in Brooklyn, and I see shops like this with her clothes.
Yep.
I can see it. When I saw her clothes and her inspiration, I immediately pictured boutiques in New York where I see this stuff. So she's somebody who, when I heard her story, it made it all make sense for me. And I actually back her up more now, hearing what her inspiration behind the line. It's not
totally
my
agree.
style,
Yeah.
but I think she had a good point of view.
I totally agree. And I love that Tim commented when she's like, this is my girl and this is what I'm passionate about. And Tim goes, and I'm passionate about her too. And
Yes.
Uncle Timmy.
yes,
She is designing with the girl in
She
mind.
has a she knows exactly who she's designing for.
Right.
And I think that is very reflected in her clothing.
Minus that pink skirt, but we'll go there later.
We'll get there to the specifics.
Well, that's a whole other story.
We'll talk about the specifics very shortly, but let's roll on down to Trinidad and Tobago, where Anya was.
Skibbity whoa.
Is that your impression of
But
her
she didn't have no
accent?
clothes. No, I'll hold on. I'll slip into her accent in a minute, but I have to work up to that.
By the beach.
Tim arrives, has to get on a little boat. He was like, I should have gone casual. Like
he was
I
ever
would
going to go
love
casual.
to see him in some board shorts.
He's
That
coming
would
down
have
the
been
planks
so
like
cute.
Some coral Bermuda shorts or
yes,
something.
that would have been amazing.
It would have been great.
And we meet Anya's brothers, Eves and Will, and she lost a brother named Pilar, another family tragedy apparently, and he was only 18 when he died. But so the island of Tobago was her inspiration, and she had some fabric.
She did have some fabric. It was very pretty fabric.
Yeah, pretty fabric.
Before it was sewn.
That's about it.
Well, what I will say is I think Anya is another woman, as a designer, knows her customer. I think her inspiration is strong. I said this when I saw her collection. You know, I want to wear her clothes. I think she knows exactly what her story is. I think she got a little inside her own head.
Oh, yeah.
And got a little messed up on this particular episode. But I could tell you that she pulled it out for next week, which we're not at yet. But I think her point of view is very strong. And with not having the pieces designed, the one thing I will say is for her prints are her story.
Yes.
And
I
that
agree.
was coming up with those prints and having them made
Was
and
important.
dyed is like almost being done for her, because she's not about silhouettes. She's not about shapes. She's about prints and fabrics, and the prints and fabrics were there. So really it's more than you think.
And I feel like that's when experience and time really comes into play. Like somebody who's had that kind of experience might not get choked up and unraveled by her how our country feels about how she's going to make it in this competition or not make it and all that pressure. However, she did handle it like a champion. She got her shit together and made something.
Yes, she did.
She did.
And of all the people, I feel like I felt her anguish, and I didn't like it. Like the energy was way, and it takes a lot, like watching these reality shows, for me to be like, because they're always crying, somebody's upset, like, oh, I can't make it, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I felt her anguish when she was talking about like, oh, and I got my family and my brothers, and it just didn't occur. And it's so easy when you are kind of separated from that, but then when you go home and everybody's around and they're like, how's it going? And you know people are asking like, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Is it okay? Da, 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 da. Like they're expecting her to succeed. And that can be some major pressure when you're
so proud of her,
especially in your
too.
creative mind. Like that's a stress on the creative mind in ways that,
Like I just learned to sew. Get off me.
I know. It's like you need to go lock yourself away. She should have like went to Tobago and like lived on her boat or something. And just
Exactly.
like not dealt with anybody. But I felt her pain. But I'm glad she started to pull it together. But we'll have to talk about what she showed in a minute. Then there was Victor, who was in New York City.
Yes.
He's got a cute little apartment and a cute little boyfriend and a cute little studio across the street.
And they met the old-fashioned way.
And
In a
at
bar.
the bar.
That was great.
I love it. And he had he took pictures, which I'm slow apparently and didn't realize that
my
the pictures
God.
were the prints on the
So
outfit.
hot.
That was
I
really
thought the
cool.
pictures inspired it, and I was like, when am I going to see the pictures? But okay. From Guadalajara, when he went to bury his brother, was it? Or see where his brother died?
Right, to
Or-
visit his-
They were
Yeah.
supposed to take a trip with the brother that had died. So the twin, I guess,
Got
of
it.
the
Took him anyway.
him on
To the
Yeah.
homeland sort of thing. Like they got to go see.
I didn't
things.
even notice those prints were in there until Judgment.
Yeah.
Those were those
I
awesome.
love the prints.
He
And
executed
that's-
that.
right.
Did
That's-
really well, because like the lines on the pants could have been in a really weird location.
Right. It's all about scale when you do something like that. And he changed it up so that it didn't look cheesy, because that one of the, we'll talk about the pieces, but one of them could have definitely turned, they all actually could have turned cheesy. And his workmanship and how he executed everything,
He's very professional.
he really blows the other three away for me.
Yeah,
Me too.
he's on top of the bunch there. So he did a good job, and that white jacket was sitting on the rack ready to show in all special ways, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so
want that.
You tease.
I would
we
wear that.
finish it up in Queens with our beloved
Queens with our favorite queen.
Jersey Josh. I call him Jersey Josh still, even though he lives in Queens. because he seems like he should be from Jersey. Anywho, but he's from Ohio or like the Midwest somewhere.
Yeah,
Weird.
Track and field.
Oh
Yo,
my God, those
pictures were
pictures.
killing
that was
me.
so amazing.
I can't see. Okay, I ran
He was
track.
born to run.
I laugh at the thought of him like racing and being all amazing, and then at the end being like, "Oh my God,
I know.
Like, get me to my vest.
Like, somebody,
Totally.
I'm sweating.
My powder.
Too much. My brows. Oh, is my eyeliner? Anyway, okay, so he's in Queens. He's hanging out with his sister Mackenzie. They like hang out with Tim. They have dinner. Tim's like, "Oh, you ran track and field, amazing!" And I don't really understand at any point what his inspiration was.
His inspiration was homely, apparently.
I don't even think he articulated what his
No.
inspiration
No,
was.
he
He
didn't.
never did.
It might have been
And
a
then
GD circus at this point.
That's what I wrote. I wrote circus.
You
because
know?
that with the colors.
No, but
and that
circus
print.
can be a good theme.
It
He didn't
could.
even
It
pull off
could.
circus.
Sure.
But it wasn't.
Well, according to Tim, it was very Sherbert-y. That's a
And
great
Tim
quote
said,
from him.
"It makes me want to weep." Now that.
But you know the cheap sherbet, not the trade wind sherbet, the lime green and the
I was
Rite
thinking-
Aid.
fake orange.
It definitely
yeah.
looked like a Looney Tunes Cool Tube, which I just ate yesterday, by the way. But it's like the
delish.
swirls,
Yeah.
like orange,
And then you get the character on the stick.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, our focus is elsewhere. Nonetheless, Josh had some stuff on a rack that was a hot mess, and Tim was like, "Boo, that's a hot mess. You got a lot of work to do, and you got like no time to do it.
Get it right.
Get it right." So we make our way to New York City with everybody, and they stayed in a beautiful hotel with a beautiful balcony. It makes me want to go back to New
People
York.
just wanted to cry. Like, they don't even start competing yet. They're just like, oh my God, that's
It's
beautiful.
so beautiful. It was so nice.
I'm the king of the world.
It's the penthouse. The penthouse, anything in New York is like, oh, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That's amazing. So
Tim busted open that bottle like he's done it before.
I know.
Probably.
Surprise, surprise.
Step back, everyone.
So they show up and they find out that they have to pick 3 looks from their collections to show to the judges, basically to try to get into Fashion Week, even though we know they all went. And we're not bitter about that. So anywho, let's jump on to this freaking runway with their 3 collections. Well, I guess a little bit of the workroom. I mean, Tim kind of came in and took a look at everything and
tore everybody apart pretty
He
much.
pretty much tore everybody apart except
for Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
But
everybody
he
was-
even said one thing about take that piece out
yeah,
or
he's
something.
Like, no, something like the zipper skirt thing was kind of a mess for her.
And meanwhile, Victor's like, everybody just calm down. You know,
Let's go
Oh,
have
he's
I'm
like,
gonna
I got
win.
this in the bag.
So, you know, you
Let's
guys just chill, relax, put down the scissors.
And I have to say, a little inside scoop, I was in for a fitting during my season where they all unveil their collections that day, where they all unzip in front of each other. And it really is a revealing moment where everyone looks around and is like,
Oh, absolutely.
It's like the first time you flash somebody.
oh my
It's
God.
like, oh my God.
And
'Cause you do that
doesn't
multiple
help
times.
to have Tim come
just
in
saying.
and rip you apart on top of that.
Yes.
And I think Josh called himself out, which why
Why would you put yourself down?
No, but why I'm so shocked at how the judging went. But we're not there yet.
We're not
I
there
just
yet.
know that I'm agreeing with Josh on himself in the workroom. I just know that.
I just forgot my thought. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Random, not in the workroom, but when they like arrived in the hotel, just because I just saw this, can I just say how cute was Victor? in
Oh,
his
yeah,
little
denim
boy
Victor.
sneakers.
He's a little smidgen of joy.
Is it bad that he reminded
was
me
so
of
cute.
Chewy from Chelsea lately?
No, not at all. Not at all.
He kind of did, but it was kind of adorable.
Like little
With his
80s
little
Reeboks,
wheelie.
like,
Like, hi guys, I'm
sneakers.
here to kick your ass.
Yeah, and he's so unassuming.
He's like, let my outfit roar.
And it's like almost cap sleeves on his button-down
He's
shirt.
so
but not
cute.
like
And I really think he needs to go to Trinidad.
His
and get a
Adidas
little
are
bit of
bigger
a
than
tan.
him.
Oh, he's
He
darling.
can
He's
use a tan.
darling.
But okay, so focus back. He's cute and adorable, and they all went to the runway. And Heidi looked a little bit drunk, but
And the breasts were out.
the boobies were out.
And once she put that jacket on, it was
the
like a
hair
whole
was
new
a little
woman.
like,
Totally.
woo,
She was a
looking-
little homely.
I think she might have had a couple drinks and a little bit of CO before she
Did you
came on
make
Yeah.
stage.
a tequila sunrise?
Perhaps. Okay, so up first we had Victor shoot out down the runway, and he sent down 3 looks.
3 fabulous looks, I might add.
3 very interesting looks. He had a leather skirt cocktail dress and a printed pant with like a glass shell and a jacket, and he had a gray gown with that white beaded like leather jacket.
I will say the only thing I really did not care for was the zipper skirt when it was like all
leather-
flowy kind of
Yeah.
before it was zipped.
I kind of didn't get
Yeah.
it.
I kind of didn't feel that.
I kind of agreed when they took it off. Like, why do you even have that on there?
But that black Mad Hatter coat jacket, it was
Yeah,
to
it was 3 really great looks. Well, I liked it better the jacket separate from the dress they had it on, but
Well, the
Oh,
thing
the
with-
white jacket and the fairy tale
Yeah.
gown? Girl.
The thing, they called him out for editing, but that's how runway shows go. There's no such thing as too much on the runway. And so if his worst comment was editing and that he had too much, he's in a good position because he had
He's
silhouettes.
got too much of a lot of good stuff.
Right.
Exactly.
He had shapes, he had prints, he had workmanship, he had, everything well,
He's got
everything well
class.
executed. So, and he has 80s Reebok sneakers.
I know.
And they're so cute.
So
And the
cute.
women looked beautiful, and it looked like their clothes fit, and it was amazing. So I
well done.
got nothing to say, Victor. You pulled it off.
Applause.
But then there
I
was,
want that jacket.
apparently
Heidi
everybody
wanted that
does.
jacket.
Heidi.
That
But I
white one
agree when
and
she
the
said
black
I wish they
one.
were a little bit smaller.
But I think to show up on the runway,
Right.
On the
Give me
runway,
the
yes, for
oversized.
sure.
That's an example of you do those things on the runway, and then you never see the things on the runway in the stores. They get muted
exactly.
down. Maybe they wouldn't even have that ornamentation. They might have it just a little bit at the shoulder.
Exactly.
So it's all about concept.
Well, they
So.
say good artists borrow ideas and great artists steal. And I think he really did a great play on the bedazzle. Like he took those pearls and just like, bam.
shoot it up. It was like ocean
Made it his own.
girls. Like it was amazing. So he did a beautiful job. Beautiful
Having a fashion
workmanship.
gasm. Sorry.
And are you okay now?
I need to smoke a cigarette.
Okay. Well, you're probably not going to need one after this.
Probably
so
not.
Then there was Anya. Oh, Anya. Oh, Anya.
How could she do us like that?
I don't know.
She
so
got
she's,
up in her head, her own head.
So she sent down like a
It's a
short
beautiful
brown
head, but-
printed pleated house dress.
I didn't like it.
A black bathing suit
Terrible
with a
fit.
cover up, and she sent down a gold gown that looked like an All-Star.
I don't remember those fabrics when Tim came. That's what I was thinking. I thought she had
Right.
more
Gorgeous prints.
Like the greens and blues.
Yeah, greens and blues, and then it was all this doo-doo.
tan.
Well, see,
beige.
I think she tried to create cohesion, and it was just like not her at all.
It wasn't a good sampling
the
of the
strap
fabric.
on the
Right.
back of that gold thing on the straps on the back was creative.
Yeah.
But it was a
Wasn't
heavy
executed.
satin,
But it was like
weird, like,
Yeah.
it
A
didn't
gold
work.
plastic garbage bag.
Yeah, it was bad.
It didn't move well.
And the
You
bathing
can,
suit
and you
was
can
bad.
tell she did
so
not work in
diplomatic.
satin because it was puckering everywhere.
It was poochy.
Oh, it was bad.
And I like the pleated dress. And I like the color palette, but again, like she even said herself, like it would have looked better on a brown skinned girl. So it's like, you knew that, boo boo. Like,
So
what do
why did you-
I don't know. So,
No, I like the caftan. I think if it was a different color,
yeah.
gorgeous. I would want that any vacation. I think the bathing suit, it's hard when you can't fit the model. And, you just have to put it on whatever body comes out. And then I love that first dress. It reminded me of Fendi, like really high end. I love the print. You guys weren't feeling
I
it?
liked it. I didn't like the belt. I'm glad they commented on that. And I appreciated that it was a mix of what she had done in that black dress like the week before or whatever.
Oh, the
Well,
hybrid?
it was 2 weeks before where it was like a mix. It gave the print that she is and it gave sort of that structured architectural sort of look that she was trying to go for in those other dresses. So I appreciate that. And I'd probably wear it. And it's a good shape for any woman. So I thought
Right.
it was good. I just didn't think it was amazing. Like I just feel
either.
like
Yeah.
I want to
That's
be
like
like,
a first.
This is Project Runway. Fit the model. And if you can't fit the model, like make it work. Make it work.
That's the kind of dress you see in like the first couple of looks. And
Yeah.
it's like not a wow look, but it's a great look, but just not like that finale look.
Yes.
And her finale look
was
went wrong.
raggedy.
I think they call that a waste of time.
I know. So we'll have to see what she pulls out of her back pocket.
And she's so
by next
talented.
week.
Like this is the first time we've really seen her like
She
Alter.
totally choked.
yeah.
Like she
Yeah,
full on choked.
She got in
Fat.
her own
Full on
head.
choked. And then there was Kim, who sent down a
Jenny from the block.
casual blue pant with sort of a cropped printed one shoulder like
I'm a Jenny
open back
model.
thing. And then she sent
I hated
down
those blue pants.
a two-piece brocade. I think it was like a shell shirt and a boo-boo skirt. Like I don't even know what you call that. Like it was a bubble
butt.
I will say something
That
about
was
the skirt in a
legally
minute.
blonde rejection.
And then she had a shimmery like tank kind of gown with a turtleneck and
to die.
one string down. I like the back
loved it.
line.
Yes,
That back
the
line
back.
on that gown was beautiful.
That gown was tight.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The gown was
Gorgeous,
working
but
for
where
me.
did that come from?
I don't know how it. Well, okay. I know how it fits in her concept. I don't know how it fit in her line.
No.
Like based on her prints and her color schemes, like
Right.
it didn't make sense at all.
when you're walking into those hip, cool boutiques, you're not seeing this all of a sudden glittery Oscar gown.
Yeah.
It's just like no fit. But unfortunately, it was the most beautiful piece out of the three.
It really was pretty.
But it wasn't her point of view, so
it's kind of weird. I mean, I kind of want to defend the first look, even though I hate the like weird booty shoes. Like I don't know what she was doing with the shoes.
The accessories were so.
it was like she was in cement
I
blocks.
like the colors.
bad that it was
Weird.
distracting.
And I know that I think it was Nina that commented
that's how
she
she
didn't like her
dresses.
color palette. Yeah. But I liked the first look because it was sort of like, it felt hip urban to me. Like it was sort of like sweatpants, which is what she had told Tim. And like the low slung sweatpants with like sexy back out. Like that seemed very like, I'm a dancer. I used to like walk around the hood in my like she would have had sneakers on.
Jenny from
with
the
those.
Black.
Yeah. So it was sort of Flashdance meets the girl from Brooklyn.
I like the
with hood,
shapes that
like-
were in the back
Yeah,
of the
I
blue
thought
outfit.
it was cool, but then I don't understand where that skirt came from.
Okay.
And
And the
anybody
color
explain
choices.
that
Can we
for
talk about her color choices? Because
That pink, it was like a metallic pink, and it was sticking up in the front like she had a
And
penis.
what was the stitching on the front? Like it was
It was uneven.
angled. Like it didn't make sense at all, and it didn't do anything for the shape of the model or anybody else for that matter. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe she's sort of like going for like the girl with the donkey in the back. So there's room.
right.
But then she should have made it like close in more
stuff
on
it
the
for
bottom.
Then you
Apple
stuff
bottom.
it.
Stuff a
You
butt,
get a little
you know,
booty pad.
make a booty so it's not like air and squishy while she's
Booty tooch it.
The booty, Tyra Banks booty
Booty
tooch.
tooch.
If it would have been tighter on the bottom, I feel like maybe she would have gotten more volume to stay in the back, and it wouldn't have been like crouched up in the front. But the model probably wouldn't be able to walk, and it wouldn't be a
It
wearable
was kind of
piece.
weird. Just weird.
She
Anyway,
tried.
She tried. She tried. And then there was Josh, and he sent down
then
some crop pants
Josh.
with a black jacket with the utilitarian like belt thing.
Jacket was hot.
A little black dress. I'm sorry, that girl looked pregnant.
Oh.
And then he
That
sent
LBD?
down. What was his third look?
The plastic neck.
the plastic neck.
How could you
Black.
forget the third
So I was
look?
looking. I'm trying to go
pant.
down my notes, and I'm like, "Where's the third look?" And it's because
Like
I
a little
wrote
drawing.
bad, bad,
Plastic dog collar.
bad.
Yeah.
all bad.
When I saw that third look, I thought to myself, oh, maybe he did something interesting with like this kind of geometric collary thing going on, and okay, maybe this is okay. And then she turned
Oh
around.
my gosh.
And you saw the wetsuit or whatever you want to call it. That is
Grease in the
anybody,
back.
any woman's worst nightmare. I mean,
That poor model
ill-fitting.
for having to walk down in that.
It's like a giant skort all over your body.
Horrible.
What's
And
amazing is you do the loose in the front because it's supposed to be an easy piece, and you make the hardest part of a woman's body, the back, the fitted part. I mean, what? Fit the front and then flow out the back or something.
that
and
was-
I mean, I like that he was attempting to do something different,
No, that
Kind
I
of.
don't.
but I just
I did not get
couldn't
it
it have been
at
wide
all.
leg pants, like to make it look like like.
I say take that whole front piece off. That was retarded, honestly.
Or make it all the way around.
Sweep it
like
around.
Mrs. Roper or
like one or
something.
the other.
I don't know, Josh. I don't know.
I
but
didn't
I
get
did
it.
I like the feel when she walked out from the front.
The
Yes.
flowy.
Right. There's an
Even though it was
ethereal.
kind of garbage baggy to me, also. It was
Right.
a little bit hefty.
Hated the
baggy.
dog
It
collar.
just didn't look
That was
well
just-
made or
It didn't
finished.
match.
Well, I liked that it didn't match. Like that kind of worked for me. It was kind of
Really?
interesting, but I did think a little bit too garbage baggy.
And I think it was
Fail.
funny that we were talking about he had won a challenge with a great little black dress. And then for his finale, he tries to do a little black dress
And it
again.
looks like holy crap.
It was-
When you do a
really
simple,
gross.
plain,
Terrible.
risky, boring little black dress, it's all about the fit. And the fit on this dress was terrible. It was terrible.
She had a
Absolutely.
fetus,
She really did.
and it was about 4 months.
How do you make a model look fat? Like how?
And
I was just going to
pissed.
say, if you make a model look fat,
Something
you
wrong.
know it's bad.
Like you
Absolutely.
got rolls. Like she looked like she has like my stuff right here, and I was like, "There's no."
there was a
way.
little place for the baby in
There's
the
no
dress.
way. She had like a kangaroo pouch.
Yes.
I don't know what was going on, Josh, but
He's gonna do maternity line.
apparently the judges thought it was fabulous because
That blew my mind. I realized I just have no clue about fashion. If that,
Yeah, dude. I was
must
like, are
not
you kidding
either.
me?
that blew me away. That he got almost the most compliment.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
a
that
big
he
fan.
would have gone home.
I did too.
I said it the whole episode. I'm like, Josh, goodbye.
Josh, goodbye.
Bye, Josh.
Absolutely.
Well, I will
Boy,
say.
were we wrong.
Yeah.
He was the first one to cast.
I was shocked that they kept him first, and I'm hoping that was just sort of like, oop,
Editing.
not because you were the best, but
Throw you off.
to throw it off. Like, Victor, we know you're the best out of all of these.
Obvi.
But I will say, in his defense, as much as I don't love how everything worked out in terms of saying something you can like about each look had something that was likable. Poor Anya, only
Not a
one
damn.
look was likable. Like, there was nothing really good about the bathing suit and the caftan. There was
Oh, I think there was. I think if that were a different color on a different skin tone.
well, a different color, a different fit on a different skin tone. Like, that's not what she presented,
That's not
though.
the challenge.
Damn.
We're talking about what she presented, and like I would love it if it
here
was
it
like
comes.
it could have been a like because it kind of looked heavy on the bottom, like it was going for the 50s bathing suit kind of look, and I'm like, well, but she didn't go all the way. Like it didn't. It kind of just looked like an oversized suit on a too small girl, and it just didn't work. But and the same thing with Kim. Like, great, you had a great gown that made no sense with the rest of your outfits, but cool.
And can we just say this episode was kind of a waste because what's the point of watching it when they all
No, keep all
make
four of
it
them.
through and they all
Can we have not just done a 2-hour finale?
I know.
This week.
I would have loved to.
In the first hour,
honestly.
keep everybody.
Yeah, I would
second
love to
hour
know
of the
right
Runway
now.
show, and then we know because this pissed me off. Runway.
Trying
Anyway,
to get us hook, line, and sinker.
nonetheless, that is
Thanks
our
for nothing.
recap of Project Runway, the finale, episode 1, and we'll be back next week for episode 2. But right now, we got to go to a commercial.
And I'm just
Edit.
giving you ladies a warning. We have a new commercial, which is
Oh.
very short, so just be prepared.
The biggest new media platform on the web just got bigger. More bandwidth, smoother streaming, lightning fast download.
Don't get technical with me.
AfterBuzz TV is making the jump to hyperspace. Join the fun at your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Look at the size of that thing.
AfterBuzz TV.
Don't. What's going on?
Scary.
So cute. I
Scared
love
because
it.
of all these scary outfits.
I know, right? All the scary outfits. But that was some lovely music to lead us in our special segment this week.
Oh, snap. Oh,
Ooh, are you going to
snap.
go for the whole
Are you gonna go for
shit?
it?
Are we going to have to start?
That's why I love the
Yes,
Michael
y'all gotta
Jackson
do the
video
dance
game,
for
dude. Just like the dances.
Anywho, we're not going to do the dances because I got a clock ticking and we got a show to get through. But I love me some Michael.
Who doesn't?
Oh, you should have been
miss
on our
Michael.
tribute to MJ.
That's why I was
Top
watching
model.
you guys because I was at home working and I'm like, oh my God, I saw you, or somebody tweeted it and I was like, oh, let me look because I've been watching Runway and I was like, I love that episode and I was so glad you guys gave props to Bree's photo, but I was surprised that nobody was like super feeling the Smooth Criminal photo when she's in the white suit.
I
because
know.
I personally thought that was the best one and that is
We-
an exact picture
We
that
did
Michael
miss that.
took.
We missed that, Jesse, because that was a hot photo.
Yes. And I was like on the chat line, like saying stuff, and then I realized I was like, oh, they don't read them live in the show. Like, you
I
guys
did
need
read
to
your
be on
tweet.
Twitter.
I read your tweet.
Yeah, but I was tweeting while you
Yeah.
guys were doing it, and you weren't looking. So it's fine. But yeah, anywho, I always have an opinion about something because I talk too much. But anhoo,
Don't we all?
Oh!
Jinx.
Halloween
You want me a
is
cup?
coming. Oh, hold on. Sorry. She's flat. I have to fix her.
Get her.
Hold on.
Get her.
Sit her back here. Okay, that helps. Prop her back up. Okay. Anyway, so this week, our hot dog of the week segment.
Oh my God.
Check the ketchup.
I'm so mad
That's
at
like
that
a tongue.
picture. I can't even take it.
Suggestive.
You are
Delicious.
so ridiculous, Jesse.
Yum.
Oh my gosh. So the theme music that we have,
where does
obviously,
one find those photos?
Jesse in his dark hours in the
Yes.
booth.
I'm like, wow.
I found this one about 6 o'clock this morning.
Nice.
Thought I'd put a smile on Courtney's face.
ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And I would say something so inappropriate, but I'm trying to be appropriate for AfterBuzz TV.
Good luck.
Anywho, so the scary music, the Halloween theme, and all this theme about what we're going to be dressing up next week because it's Halloween and because we got cool things coming. Well, one of my obsessions this week, obviously, as I was discussing with you guys earlier, is American Horror Story. And it's got me feeling a little different and a little special.
Little
And this
weird.
week, it had me feeling a little bit hot for an old man named Dylan McDermott. And I decided
Nab.
that
He's looking right at me.
he has to be on the list for Hot Dog of the Week. First of all, it's his birthday in like 4 days, and he's going to be 50. And his body is amazing on that show.
Karate.
And I just thought, we never really talk about him. Like, you don't really see him that often, but he's been doing a lot of press for American Horror Story. And I'm like, you just look like a real
He's
nice,
on the Clooney level, I think.
Yeah, he's sort of in Clooney land
Kind
for
of
me.
handsome and dashing.
Like, very handsome and dashing, an older man, and just very...
And 50 what?
He's going on 50.
And
I
50 what?
His energy felt really good to me this week. And I was like, you need to be profiled because you're hot. And then I saw his like basic picture. Did I send you the like casual picture?
Yes, I gotta say, actually, I gotta give him more credit than George Clooney because I don't think George Clooney has a nice body.
I was just gonna say, I'm over George Clooney. Move
I think
over.
George in his little outfit, he looks nice, but this one, the body works. And I had to put this one up because you can see the body.
Wow.
Hello.
And
it's all in there.
There was another one that was a little further away when in the same, like walking out of the store, and you could see his butt. And I wanted to put that one, but it was like too far away for up here. But his
Check out the first episode of American Horror Story.
Got
Seen
it.
twice.
Done.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you kudos because you look great.
Look at his chest.
He's
It's
just
like
real
very
casual,
grabbable.
But I love that it's just manly and like I feel the manly energy and I like it. So that's
And subtle. It's
and
not
very subtle.
too much.
Right.
But along that way, I figured I'd pick an older and sort of a younger. And this person I used to think was super weird. And then I started
Oh my
looking,
God.
Oh my God.
He is hot.
and I'm in love with him now.
But we play for the same team.
Works out at my gym.
Does he really?
And
Is he
he's
cute in
really,
person?
really cute
Okay.
and really nice.
Yes.
And always has a smile, you know, like a good air about him.
You can
Well,
tell we've been
I
hanging
was-
out now.
I was looking, so I was like, but I was looking at, I mean, I know him from back in the day and Heroes and all that, and I was just kind of like, he's kind of, I don't know. But then I started looking at some of his, I came across like some stylish pictures. I was like, he has a kind of cute little quirky little own man style. So he's like the younger debonair, like in the weird, creepy genre, but still looks kind of hot. And I was feeling that little jacket and it was a little change up with the pants. And I was like, okay. And then we have.
He's also going to be on American Horror Story.
Yes, he's also going to be on American Horror Story,
wow.
which is why I was seeing his pictures.
If only we could be together.
Yes. And
Oh,
then
cute.
I was like, how adorable. Like,
Love the frames.
I totally don't think the suit fits exactly properly, but I was like, he's got his little scarf and it's all gray
That's
and it
cute,
was thoughtful
yeah.
and I love the glasses. And I like men that seem like they put a little effort into it, but still look easy and a little bit like they tried a little bit. And I like it.
I like his style.
I like him.
He's your Oliver. Put you on my plan,
you cannot
girl.
put Oliver. He and Oliver are not. Oliver. I can't even respond to that. Let's move on.
I know,
I'm
seriously.
just-
She got
I done tried to talk this girl out of Oliver, and it just don't work.
It's okay, come to the dark side.
And we're just playing my favorite song right now, and everybody's so hating on her still, and I love it. I love you, Beyonce, even if you're not pregnant and you've got some other woman carrying your baby because you didn't want to lose
That
those
is not
abs.
true.
I don't think it's true either. I think
I
Is
saw
that
her
what
in a
they're saying?
bikini.
everybody's saying it's fake, like, cause
That is
you
real.
can't see her belly bump in this video, and like, it's like, dude, you know how many tricks you can use when you're barely pregnant
Right.
to like hide and camouflage? She's in all black, like, of
And they
course
can,
they can hide
edit
it.
and airbrush
And airbrush
videos.
whatever they want. And I'm like, people, give me a break. And in addition to all of that, she was in some show and she like sat down and like her shirt crumpled or something.
And
Yeah, but that
Wendy
was because it
Williams
was a
did an
textured
entire-
dress.
yes, did you
No.
see that?
Yes.
I was like, who cares?
It was a textured dress. Like,
She's not due until next year. She was in ridiculous shape before she got pregnant, so she probably ain't gonna show for real like hardcore until she's like 7 months pregnant any damn way.
Right.
I think she's
And
pregnant
she didn't have
for
boobs,
sure.
and she has boobs now. So
Right.
that's how I believe she's pregnant. And either way, I'll never hate on you, Beyonce, because you are my lover. So
I can see little birds and hearts
Right.
jumping around
that's
your
me.
head.
Love on top because Beyonce is my boo-boo, and we love each other forever. So, anywho. So our next, I love that you picked the Black Girl song for the Black. Sorry, Jesse and I have our like.
damn,
own
it all
mental-
comes out.
It's so funny. Anyway, so our I can't even concentrate. It's such a mess. So we always do our Where Are They Now segment, and we profile
girl.
some people from the past who've been on Runway and
I don't
things that they're
recognize
still
her.
doing. I didn't
She kinda
recognize her
looks like
either, which is
Brandy
why
now.
I picked her. And her
Yeah, she's
name
not.
is Christiane King. She was on season 7. And she is currently selling her fun, flirty designs through ChristianeKing.com. And she's based in Los Angeles and updates her Twitter regularly. But I checked out her website, and she had some really adorable sort of like cocktail dresses that would work really well. Because I was in a whole lot of weddings last year, and I'm like wedding and bridesmaid dresses, and I'm like, I just don't understand now with so much fashion around why people still pick regular bridesmaid dresses from like.
Why they have an awful reputation. I mean,
It's
no
awful.
want a bridesmaid dress.
And she had great dresses that were just adorable, and she's had dressed a lot of different people, and I saw like Terry Hatcher was in some of her stuff, and she's been doing some little actresses in LA, so good for her. From Fluffy Designs. Congratulations. We don't remember who you are. I must have missed that episode, but
Make an impression.
you're still working and making money because your
Bravo.
website works, and I wanted to order something, so I think you're doing well. And the next lady we have is Crystal Frazier, who I also don't recognize or remember at all, and she was from season 6.
A
And
little top heavy.
yes, she's a thickums, and apparently Crystal has made a name
She's
for
a
herself
Josie.
in the world of big
size.
plus sexy designs, obviously. And her pieces have been featured in Essence and Jet Magazine, so good for her. She's getting some press. And she's created looks for Janet Jackson, Queen Latifah, Wendy Williams, and Angie Stone. And I tried to look to see if I could find some stuff from like Wendy or someone, but I couldn't find anything that specifically labeled her. But I was like, well, you're doing all right, girl. You got all the
Good
big
for
brown
her.
girls on your list. So congratulations, you're still working.
That's right.
Project Runway,
Good
just
for
because you
her.
didn't win does not mean it is the end. You got to keep hustling and keep making it work. So
Stay on your
congratulations to both of them. So they're awesome. And scene. So now, like just say like we need to like roll it down and then move into predictions.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yay, no more ugly songs. So we're off to our predictions. And obviously there's only one prediction to make at this point because there's only one episode left. So I'm going to start across the table.
Victor wins.
Victor.
Victor.
It's unanimous.
Oh, she's gonna say Anya. We've got some Anya lovers in the room.
I love Anya. You've been on my list, Anya, since episode 1.
Oh,
I'm severely pissed off at you for what you presented to me this week. However, I don't jump
You're
ship.
loyal.
I'm loyal, and I will buy your clothes, and I'm hoping to God, even though I can't hope to God because I've already seen the fashion show, and Victor deserves to win, but I'm still going to pick you because that's how I do.
Aw, that's
and
love.
that is love because I'm loyal, and that's how I do it. And we're going to go out listening to whatever this is that Jesse is playing, and I'm
Britney
going to
Spears,
move.
Down and Up.
I was like, hold on.
Ooh, I like it.
As soon as I heard the drum. Well, that's not a drum. What is that? I don't
that's
know.
house
Synthesizer.
music, baby.
Whatever it is, like the synthesized drum. Anyway, so Miss Piggy's gonna dance her way out. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you,
you.
Courtney.
We can't wait till next week, season 9, episode 13, the finale, part 2. We'll finally find out who is the winner of Project Runway. Until then, good night.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
suckers.
AfterBuzz. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.